Alright YouTube, so today I just kind of want to talk about the Fallout 76 beta, discuss a few things, pose a few questions perhaps, and maybe even a rant or two. We'll see how things go. So obviously a few days ago we learned about when we're going to be able to play the Fallout 76 beta. We know the month, October, could be any time within October. We don't actually know. It could be as far as like the end of October, which would be pretty scary if that was the case, or it could be maybe the very beginning of October, maybe somewhere in the middle. We don't exactly know. But there was a bit of confusion surrounding the beta because the Bethesda.net article that gets linked in that tweet was talking about selecting people to participate, and people were up in arms about it because they didn't know what that meant. Now, I wasn't particularly confused by the wording. I said in my video talking about the beta release date that they're probably just going to randomly be selecting people to participate. I thought it was going to be in the beginning stages of the beta, but it turns out it's more like a pre-beta. It's going to be however long prior to the actual beta, they're going to be selecting a small amount of people randomly who have access to the beta to do like a small beta, essentially. And look, this is nothing new. Plenty of games out there do this, and it's probably for the best because they've been tested internally within their studio. Probably you're looking at like, what, 100-something people. They're going to open it up to a wider audience, have a bigger testing pool, but not open it up to, you know, the millions of people that pre-order the game. Test it out with probably thousands of people, and then once they get things figured out and kind of know what they need to do, then they can open it up to the actual beta where everybody can play it depending on their platform. And look, if you pre-order the game, you're not losing any pre-order time with this. Let's say the actual beta is going to last, I don't know, 2 weeks. This is taking place before the actual beta is starting. You're not losing anything if you don't get selected for this. It'd suck not to be able to participate in the pre-beta, don't get me wrong. I'd love to be a part of it, but you're not actually losing any time, really. My actual worry lies on like the time. When is this taking place prior to the beta? And again, when is the beta actually taking place in October? Because that's the month before this game is releasing, and that's a bit of a problem. So this person asked Pete Hines on Twitter, so for everyone wondering, you're saying that full beta starts in October, which every pre-order will have access to, and prior testing can be started before October, correct? And Pete Hines replies, or just sometime before the full beta. It can take place 5 days or 3 weeks before and still be in the same month. Whatever the team feels it needs in terms of feedback and testing to get ready for beta. Now look, I'm not trying to look too much into this. P. Hines could just be trying to make a point or just kind of being a douchebag with his response, but it's a bit worrisome because he talks about how the pre-beta could take place as much as 3 weeks before the actual beta and be within the same month, which would then place the actual beta that we're all going to be playing within the last week of October. It's already bad enough that the beta is taking place sometime within October, but if it's as far as the last week in October, this is going to be not even a full month before the actual game is coming out. You're talking just a couple of weeks before Fallout 76 drops. That is problematic. And again, he might just be trying to make a point. He's probably had hundreds or thousands of people tweeting him since the announcement of the beta release window. But this is why P. Hines is also frustrating. You got to be careful with what you say, because here I am making this point in my video because this is worrisome. If the beta happens to fall within the last week of October, I'm going to be a little worried for Fallout 76. Maybe a lot worried. My other question and or concern with this pre-beta is whether or not the selection process is actually going to be random. It's really easy to give, let's say, a big YouTuber access to this pre-beta so they can make videos about it, talk about it, and help promote the game, or even like journalist sites like IGN or Polygon or what other websites give one of their members, somebody who has big influence, access to the pre-beta so they can talk about it and potentially boost sales. One thing I'm not sure of is with this pre-beta thing, if there's going to be a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, or if you can get access to this pre-beta thing and still make videos, talk about it, or maybe even live stream it. Now with the full beta that we're all going to be playing, pretty much every YouTuber out there is talking about live streaming it, so I don't think there's an NDA on that. I think you can make as many videos as you want, live stream it as often as you want, maybe live stream it the entire time it's out, whatever the case. But let's say there's not an NDA on the pre-beta. Any YouTuber who has access to this pre-beta is going to have such an advantage and like a head start, whatever you want to call it, over everybody else who isn't currently playing it. Because let's say I just happen to be the only YouTuber for whatever reason that gets access to this pre-beta and there's no NDA, I can make countless videos. I have all the information. I have the game in my hands. Obviously, things can change during the actual beta and the actual release of the game, but for the most part, we're going to know everything we need to know with this pre-beta. And it'd be really easy and probably a smart decision for them to give access to this beta, this pre-beta, to somebody who's a big influencer, like let's say a YouTuber, somebody with 100,000 subscribers, or maybe even 1 million, because they're talking to a big audience. If they're showing off the game, talking about it, hyping it up, because they probably wouldn't bash it, why would you bite the hand that feeds? And let's say there is an NDA, they can't make videos about it. Well, they still can. They can actually make a video, they can record a video, they can upload it, but schedule it for the first day when the NDA is up, like day one of, I guess, let's say the full beta, and they'll be one of the first people out there to have a review, essentially, of Fallout 76, and that is completely unfair, and it's very easy, again, for them to do this to these big YouTubers. What we all need to be on the lookout for and pay attention to with this pre-beta specifically is who has access to it. If it's just a bunch of big YouTubers, it's pretty obvious what Bethesda's doing. I mean, I can name off a list of YouTubers to watch out for. Mr. Matty Plays, Oxhorn, Legacy Kill HD, Juicehead, Fudge Muppet, ESO, Fallout, and Elder Scrolls Guides. The guy's got like 1.2 million subscribers. I'm sure most of you out there know the big YouTubers. If, let's say, a good portion of these guys just so happen to have access to this pre-beta, we'll know exactly what's going on. And if that ends up being the case, I'm going to be very pissed off at Bethesda. It's good, it's smart, it's good marketing, but it's obviously not random. I'm also hoping that at QuakeCon 2018 they'll tell us when these dates are going to be, like maybe the actual date for the pre-beta and the actual beta, because I've been holding my pre-order this entire time. But if it truly is random, I'd still like the chance to potentially be in that pre-beta, so I'd like to be able to pre-order before that actually takes place. Anyways, guys, kind of a random video, sort of a discussion video, but it's something I wanted to talk about. We've seen Bethesda going down this kind of rocky road for the past couple of years now, and I think this pre-beta will be very telling. Who has access to this? And if there's an NDA or not, it'll be very telling of what the future of Bethesda is going to be like. Anyways, guys, as always, let me know your thoughts below. Have you pre-ordered Fallout 76 yet? If you did, which version did you get? I still haven't pre-ordered. Now that we know that it's in October, I'll probably wait till sometime during September to actually place my pre-order. And if you guys went on to enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter at TheDashingDavid. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while, quit acting like